Okay, so we're going to take a look at another question from the 2023 HSC Standard 2 Maths paper. This is question 25. Now this question also appears in the Advanced Maths paper as question 15. It's exactly the same question in both papers. So we're told a table of future value interest factors for an annuity of $1 is shown. Mickey wants to save $450,000 over the next 10 years. If the interest rate is 6% per annum compound annually, how much should Mickey contribute each year? Give your answer to the nearest dollar. So he wants to save with a period of 10 years. So for part A, the period is going to be 10 years. And the interest rate, which we might call I, is going to be 6%. So we look for period 10, interest rate 6. They overlap with the number 13.181. Now this tells you how much money you will get if you deposit $1 each year with an interest rate of 6% for a period of 10 years. So this is the future value of a $1 annuity. We want the amount to be $450,000. So we have this amount multiplied by some number, let's call it n, has to be equal to 450,000. This n is going to be the number of dollars per year that have to be put into the annuity. So divide both sides by 13.181 and 3.181. This tells us that n is equal to 450,000 divided by 13.181. My calculator tells me that this is 34140.05. So $34,140.05. Give your answer to the nearest dollar. So therefore the number of dollars is going to be 34,140 to the nearest dollar. So this is the answer to part A. Now part B says instead Mickey decides to contribute $8,535 every 3 months for 10 years with an annuity paying 6% per annum compound quarterly. How much will he have? Well, now we're going to have a different value from the table. So the number of periods will no longer be 10. The number of periods, P, will be 10 times the number of quarters in a year, which is 4. This will be 40, and this will be 40 quarters. The interest rate will no longer be 6%. It will be 6% per annum, so divide that by 4. It'll be 1.5% per quarter. So 40 quarters, 1.5% per quarter, 8,535 every 3 months. So if we look at the table, if we go 1.5%, period 40, we get 54.268. So 54.268. So this is how much you would have if you deposited $1 per quarter for a period of 40 quarters with an interest rate of 1.5% per quarter. So this multiplied by the number of dollars is going to be how much you'll have at the end of the 10 years. So this times 8,535 is going to equal 54.268 times 8,535. My calculator tells me this is 463,177.38 ... So how much will Mickey have? He will have, let's call this D. D, the amount he'll have at the end of the 10 years will be 463,177 and 38 cents. 38 cents to the nearest cent. It doesn't tell us how to round this, so we could just round it to the nearest cent. It is in dollars, so the logical rounding is either dollars or dollars and cents. But this is the answer that we're after. So in terms of the marking, for part A, you'll get 1 mark for attempting to use the table to find some values. So if you've picked some values from the table, calculated them, but somehow misused the table and got the wrong values, that will get you a mark. The second mark will be for getting the number answer 34,140. In terms of part B, you get the first mark for correctly identifying something like the period or the interest rate or some equivalent merit. You'll get the second mark for correctly identifying the number that you need from the table based on that. And then the third mark you'll get for finding the value that he will have at the end of the 10 years. So this is how we do question 25.